Good morning. It is day 2. Got out of camp at 6:34 and had a wonderful nature call. So that's for Craig. That is amazing. Of course, the weather was really nice. It was pretty cold. Chris said his thermometer said 37, but Chad said 51 when we got up. So I don't know. I don't think it was that cold. No way it was into the 30s. So, in fact, I had my quilt completely opened up like a giant blanket, and I was fine. I mean, I had all my puffy on and stuff like that, but still, it didn't have that snap. The air gets in the 30s. I just got that kind of snap in the air. That wasn't happening. So, but we all slept pretty crappy, really. I mean, it's first night. I did not wake up catching my breath, so I'm really happy about that. But, my back got a little tired of being in the same position sometimes. So I think all of us were kind of, toss and turn a little bit. But I definitely got some good sleep. It was just a really relaxing night. I mean, we were in our tents, 7 o'clock, I think it didn't really get dark probably till 8:30, 9, something like that at least. Or later, I don't know. So it was good. It's a wonderful hike this morning. We're just kind of cruising. So we have, in fact, let me see if I can, didn't do anything. We can't see the background. It's nice. It's a really nice morning. Anyways, we have 5 miles to the first potentially significant river crossing. At least it was a couple years ago. It was freaking scary. But that's in 5 miles. But the first water is, I think, just over 4 miles. So I have about a third of a liter a week. There was a gentleman, his name's Alan, was in the camp last night. I don't know if I said that in the video last night, but he basically, he had like a third of a liter and for the whole night and this morning. So me and Chad gave him some water. I saw Chris gave him some water this morning. So, which kind of sucks because, we manage our water pretty close. But he looked in bad shape. He's 77 years old. He's got a 50-pound pack. Yeah. So his friend he's hiking with is at Rock Creek, which is where we're going. I don't know what that's all about. That's not a good situation there. But he does have a satellite phone, or not a phone, but the Garmin. So he told him where he is. So that's all good. So that's going to end okay, thankfully. Anyway, so we got just over 4 miles to water, and then we get to Rock Creek. Wherever we're at, we kind of agreed that we're going to meet at Rock Creek. How we get split up, because Chad took off first. Chris is behind me, probably not. I don't see him. I'm kind of surprised. So I'm in the middle right now. Super glorious morning. Sky's totally blue. I wish you could see it. It's such a bummer. I just can't get the... all right, glorious morning. Good morning on day 2. Kind of get a glimpse of what we're looking at this morning. So this is kind of toward the mountains back there, through the trees. You can see it's really dispersed. There's Chris coming around the corner. He'll probably pass me up. He hikes pretty quick in the mornings, I think. So it's really I'm videoing all the time, so. All right. So it's just after 7 o'clock. All of us were a little too aggressive on the warm up. And so we all had, our puffies on and all that. So we all stopped, took them off. I put my poles in my pack. I just have more freedom that way. And most of this is level or downhill, so I don't use the poles really anyways. So, but this is so pretty. And this is infinite camping here. I mean, so a little bit more about, so Alan is the 77-year-old. He's from Thousand Oaks, California, which is the general area where me and Katrina lived. Really kind of a lot of our first years together, we were married in Canoga Park, so we kind of knew that area and we knew people that lived there. But anyways, he was a super nice guy. He was very grateful and everything. But it still bothers me though why his friend, who is like my age, so I'm 62, would like get over, would get that far in front of him, knowing that he is hiking slower. And since Alan does not have the Far Out app, he didn't know exactly where the water was because you couldn't see it from the trail. You had to know where to, it's kind of obvious that there would be some water there, but you don't want to hike off the trail if you're not sure. So he hiked right by it, and that was, I wouldn't say fatal, but a significant hurt, miss. So I asked him, I said, hey, have you ever heard of the Far Out app? And he's like, no. I'm like, anybody, I find that if they're in their late 60s, they're way more likely to have an insane heavy pack, where the pack weighs 5 pounds at least. And they carry a ton of stuff, but they're super strong. And they will not have the Far Out app with the GPS. So, they're used to hiking with maps and they're just not changing that. So I've seen guys literally going the wrong way on the trail. When you get into trailheads, there's not one main trail a lot of times. It's hard to find the main trail. And so, they get lost and they go around in circles and stuff. I mean, Gabrielle and I have talked to guys like that, and they're old and they're just confused. It's really it's a horrible situation. So yeah, maybe think about that with Alan. He's such a sweet guy, and he was just says that, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. This morning he's like, you guys are awesome. He's probably the best in shape 77-year-old I've ever seen in my life. Very encouraging for somebody like me that he's still hiking. In fact, the older the guys are that we meet on the trail, the more encouraged I am. Because I'm thinking, if he can do it, as long as nothing seriously happens, I should be able to do it too. Especially with a lighter pack, All right, hike on. Let's talk about infinite camping possibilities here. Oh, we're hiking pretty close together here. Look at this. This is dispersed. We're kind of looks like we're on a little bit of a ledge here. I think we're going to start dropping pretty quick. Ooh, those mountains way in the distance. So I forgot to mention my pack feels really light today. I think it's because all I have is like a third liter of water, so that's at least I don't know, 3.5 pounds lighter. And I have not as much food, that just because of lunch and dinner. So I was able to get almost all of my food, except for the lunch stuff and a couple bars, in my food container, or the bear container. Oh, but I also got my stove and some other stuff in the food container. So I am now able to get all my food in the bear canister, which is mind-blowing because I wasn't even close, not even close yesterday to get it in there. So that's really encouraging. So the pack feels just super good this morning. So I could definitely feel my legs from yesterday. I mean, they just don't feel as spry like they did yesterday morning. So there's a little bit of a recovery thing. So we do have, I think, 15 miles we're going today. So yeah, I think I'll be a little tired going to Whitney tomorrow. That's just too much elevation in miles for my body just to take like that. But that's just part of the first few days, though. Terrain is changing a little bit. We're still on the shelf. We're kind of going around a corner now, though. But we have a number of these little ravines around us. They're kind of going up and down. I mean, it's pretty minor, but it's definitely different, though. So I'm starting to see some incredible you know, mountains way out in the distance down behind me. I swear it looks like you can see those kind of spires that you see when you're in that valley, like Guitar Lake, when you're going up to Whitney. I don't know if it's the same ones or not, but because you do really loop around when you go up to Whitney, so maybe it is. But then I was wondering, well, why don't we just hike right to them instead of going all around here? But, you know, don't know about those questions. Yeah, look at that. That's super pretty. Well, now we're kind of dropping down into this canyon right here. It's just, you know, gorgeous. Maybe that's where the water is. Maybe we'll cross a little stream down there. But let's cool off a little bit as we're dropping. So I just put my sun hoodie and put my hood on. I'm fine. Well, yesterday when we were getting water, we met a guy. It's probably my age. Maybe I don't know. And I couldn't understand what he was saying when he said like hi. He was pretty tired, so his speech was a little slurred, I think. And like mine is right now. But he said, well, so actually I said to him, I said, hey, how many days you been in? Because he looked dirty, and he had just this gnarly suntan. So he's obviously not been wearing sunscreen. His face has got that super dark, like Native American kind of color to it, and really dark. He said, 15 days. I said, oh, wow. I said, so like, you know, what are you doing? And he says, well, I'm doing the PCT. I'm doing another section. I've done all the way from the Canadian border, you know, down this far. And he's gonna keep going until he exits at Crabtree Meadows South, which he said it's about 40 miles south, which is kind of the beginning of the Sierras officially. And I said, well, where do you live? He goes, oh, I live in the Portland area. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So we talked for a little bit. And I told him, I said, you know, I see so many people, not just on this trail, but in Colorado last year, that are from Oregon. So there's like this, I don't know, there's just a lot of hikers that live in Oregon. It's kind of cool. But it was nice to talk to him as well. It's weird, last night I didn't remember any of these conversations, but now that I'm talking, they just come to mind. Well, we're kind of we're not down in the valley per se, it just still goes way down, but we're definitely like in a little flatter area right now. Temperature is a little cooler down here too. So we passed a couple girls that were going the opposite direction, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling a whole lot of stoke from them. I just didn't seem excited about being on the trail. That's too bad. Super nice. Look at that. All right, so we have been dropping a lot. So my watch shows about 10,300. So I figure we're closer to 10-1 right now. So I suspect either, I think we're gonna get our water down there, and then I'm not sure where Rock Creek is. Maybe it's further down or it's over this little saddle right there. Super quiet, it's really nice. I now have my cap on, took my beanie off. I was hiking in the sun there for just a little bit. I thought, I better put this back on, or put my cap on. So sunglasses are not out because those are actually in the back of my pack. So I'll wait till we get water, put sunglasses on. I don't really have to have them now anyways. I'm not, like, sun's at my back usually, or the side. So a lot of kind of stairs, stepping and stuff like that, going down here. Yes, we've dropped at least 700 feet already. So the bad part about that is that we know we're gonna have to make that up, probably today. We'll make it back up. So we're going down into the green here. You can see our switchbacking and then going back there. So yeah, we're getting pretty low, man. The good and the bad of getting low. Oh yeah, I can see the trail down there further. Oh, that's really nice though. All right, so I just came to a trail junction here. It's pretty clear, so I'm not gonna, like the other guys, I don't know how far behind me. I can't hear them, but they could be really close, so they probably are. So that's a new Army pass, Lower Rock Creek Crossing 1.1, which is what we want, and then we want Lower Crabtree Meadow and PCT. So we're going this way, and we should cross that stream. I could actually hear the stream just a few minutes ago, so there's one right below us here. Now, I think when I heard that stream, I think I was supposed to get water then. I mean, if I wanted it, because it's only 1.1 to Rock Creek, river crossing there. So, so that's where we're all going to meet up. So, but I still have water and I don't feel thirsty at all. So I think I'm going to be okay. So I can hear, I think it's Rock Creek that I hear to my right. That's a lot of water going down there. So I don't know, maybe I'll get a little water here, but if we do cross it, but I don't know if we will or not. So it's not a concern because I'm not thirsty and I still have a little bit of water, and we only have a mile to go to the river crossing. So literally just a minute ago I did that other little video, and here's the river crossing right here. Or this is where we're going to get the water. So I didn't miss it. Yeah, I'll definitely get a little bit of water here. Not much though, just a tiny bit. That sure is pretty, huh? Yeah. Goes all the way down here. Little waterfalls. Yeah, I can see the meadow now. God, this brings back, memories. This was just, there was some snow around, and there was just, it was a giant bog. It was a horrible crossing of the meadow. It's, and then we had the really gnarly river crossing. So it's gonna be interesting to see what just crossing the meadow is like. Well, it looks like it's gonna be a delightful crossing of the meadow. Wow. I don't know whether we tried to cross here or up the meadow a little bit. But it was nothing like this. Gosh. Oh yeah, it was nothing like this. This is gorgeous. Woo! Wow, Ranger Station. See, when we crossed, we were upstream when we crossed. I think we were told to do that. So we were like right by the Ranger Station. Okay. Yeah, that's just a whole different story. Oh, there's somebody down there. I wonder who that is. I can just see somebody just sitting in the sun by the river, I think. Yeah, this. Woo. Nice.
Are you Alan?
No. All right, so this is Rock Creek. So This was pretty much almost impassable. We found some way to get over it a couple years ago. I think we actually crossed up above here more by the ranger station, but it's just, and this was just a complete bog, right? It's, I mean, I wouldn't believe it if somebody told me that, if I saw it like this. Wow, it's just crazy. It's beautiful though, huh? Super beautiful. Ooh, nice campsites all over here. All right, I'm gonna have my lunch. Rock Creek. So we're hiking along this for a little bit, and then there'll be a crossing eventually. Really pretty. There's a nice giant meadow up there. This looks like a PCT or Boy Scout camp. Wow, that's huge right here. I think I see the trail on the other side, so maybe we're gonna cross here. But yeah, there's a bear box up here. Yeah, there's the bear box. That makes sense. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, there's campsites everywhere here. Wow. So this is the Rock Creek Pass. We go across here. Wow, cool. Looks like some animals would have bed down right there. I don't know if you can tell. That's kind of. All right, well, there should be enough where I can get across with this trekking course here. I don't get my feet all wet. All right, so I crossed the creek without incident. Can't believe my feet are still dry. So we're at about, my watch says 95, 96, so we're probably closer to 94, I would think. So we've dropped over 1,500 feet. So, yeah. So I'm sure we're gonna make that up today. And it's about 9:15 right now. I already had my breakfast. Chad and Chris got on up ahead of me, which is good for me because that way there's no way we're gonna get separated because they'll know where to stop. They're looking at far out a lot. And I'm not, I don't want to. So I'll just keep on the trail. So, well, we met Pete, which is Alan's friend. So Pete was like, oh, Alan, you know, that guy thinks he can do everything, you know. But I'm thinking like, well, why'd you leave him there? You know, I don't know. He didn't seem too concerned that we actually gave him some water. I was kind of surprised by that. But anyways, I've never run into a situation like that. So there's some people in front of us, some people behind us. And you can tell by the way I'm breathing, we got an uphill right here. So me and Gabrielle, when we went through this, we crossed, you know, above the meadow pretty much in a giant bog. And we did cross the stream because it gets a lot bigger down here, which it is. But then we had to bushwhack all this stuff above it because it took us a while to get back to get to the trail. And so it was a freaking nightmare. It was dangerous, but we did it. So that's cool. So this is quite a bit different. Still got all the elevation gain though. Well, we're definitely climbing right back up. And this is, you know, you can't really tell, I know. You can see all these steps though, which are just horrible. Oh. All right, we're over 10,200 feet. And it is 9:46. Woo! I don't know, you do the math, I'm too tired. We've hit a little bit of a saddle here. or at least a flatter area. That is gorgeous up here. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, it's getting warm. I'm really glad we're not doing this. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, well, we had a nice little break at the top. Got some water. Now it's smoothed out. It's really dispersed. Hi there. And we're making a really good time here. So where we should make Guitar Lake, no problem. Whew. All right, you ready?
So this is a classic Kelty expedition.
Oh,
yeah.
shit, look at that.
Oh, I know. He's doing the whole thing. I got it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the little short video clip and picture. So the story of this guy, he's definitely a little unhinged, but he ran out of water like twice in the desert, he said, and other things like that. And his frame is like PVC pipe. He's doing the whole thing. He started at the, the border, Mexican border, and it sounded like he was in just phenomenal shape when he started, but he can hardly hike now, he said. So I don't know. I love talking to guys like that, but at some point though, it's like I gotta keep moving, man. So woo. All right, looks like we're gonna start going back up a little bit. Woo! We're not quite done with the climb yet. And watch test, we're at 10 to 7. I can hear him down there, that's awesome. So, I mean, the mountains we're starting to get higher again. So this is basically, it's been all this kind of slope. It's kind of a sandy stuff, but it's not as deep as it was yesterday. At least right here it's not. So, but you can see blue right there. So we're getting close at least to this peak right here. Woo! You! No! Keep going. There you go. You! There you are. Yeah! Woohoo! Can't believe how gorgeous this is. We gotta zoom out a little bit. So we're kind of at some kind of a saddle right here. Smile! We're going back downhill, and then we're gonna loop around this mountain on the left, and then we'll just basically start just cruising uphill until we decide to stop. Doing great. Chris is killing it, man. Oh, these people are going up here. All right, so we're cruising down, and we're getting just super gorgeous mountains right now, and I just don't have a clear shot right here. So I'll try and get some more as we walk here. Yeah, I'll have to probably try it a little bit later. All right, so this is what I was trying to get here. So we're gonna loop around to our right on the green, and we should be going to this side of that peak on the right. And we're not going up the valley there. We're in that big peak way down there. Now, maybe Forrester's there? Don't know. Don't know if that's where we're going or not. I don't know it that well. Like, whenever the discussion of Forrester comes up, I try not to say anything because I don't want Chad and Chris to know too much about it, because it's really a special pass. There's nothing like it. It's kind of funny though. He's purposely not saying stuff. Those guys in front of me, I munched on a bar. Sorry. Oh, it's just so pretty. So we're kind of easing down into this valley, trying to keep some elevation. So we're still cruising. We're going around the, around, like, you know, hugging the ridge. Not the ridge, but whatever that was. We're hanging the thing on the right, going around it. But look at that. Wow. I don't know what mountains those are. Pretty cool. All right, stay stoked. You know, I'm just looking at the sky here, and I just realized that just how blue the sky is. I mean, it's never this blue at the beach. I mean, it's just blue. Never seen that. That's not normal. Wow. So, taking a little break here. Just talked with the father-daughter group. He retired either 2 weeks or 2 months. I said, man, that's not enough time to train. He said, you got that right. He said, well, I walked the neighborhood. I'm like, that's not enough. All right, well, we've gone around, I would say mostly around, and we're starting to drop. We're going to get into the trees. And then I guess Whitney Creek is probably about a mile away from here, so we really don't have that much further to go to get to Crabtree Meadow. So we're gonna have lunch there. So that's gonna be awesome. Just went through this insane step downhill. I mean, it was like dangerous. I don't know what they were thinking. I took a picture of it, but not a video. It's really hard to capture the steepness, whether it's up or down on a video, unless you get like a side angle or something. It just doesn't work. Oh, there's the bottom right there. There's the meadow. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that's the bottom. Cool. All right, so we made kind of the turn and head down to the Crabtree Meadow down there. I don't know if I can see Whitney or not, but I feel like, or it seems like there's some trails up there. Maybe it's that high point right in this picture, but I don't know. It could be that point here, right there as well, because I know, I just don't know what I know, but obviously there's some big peaks right here, right? And then you got this other big one right here. So maybe that's what I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways, we got some uphill left to do before we get to the top, right? Yeah, and then we just have these epic mountains here. I think I saw where Forester Pass is. I could barely get like a little pinnacle, but I'm not sure. But it was in that direction. So that was pretty cool. It looks pretty far away, but that's kind of the way it looks. Gosh, I just can't believe how gnarly these things look. It looks so different right now. No, maybe Whitney is, maybe it's over here. Maybe that's it. I don't know. We'll see. So we gotta go down these gnarly switchbacks right here. Thankfully the switchbacks are here because it's just gross. It's just, it's gonna be slippery regardless. anyways, you can see we kind of go out right here. And then we'll go, I guess, go up into the meadow right there somewhere. I don't know where Whitney is. I could talk about it and speculate, but we'll just wait. Woo! I don't think those are Whitney up there. Woo!
Are they right there?
All right, so there is the meadow, but we're gonna get to the left side of it. And of course you can see a lot more now. I still honestly don't know where we go, although I have a suspicion it's up there somewhere. I think that's a decoy. That meadow. It's really pretty. All right, just crossed Whitney Creek. There were a lot of rocks there, so I was able to go across it. Didn't have to, walk through the water this time. Really beautiful. All right. Yeah, go straight across. Yeah. But test the rocks. Woo! All right, there you go. Just got it. Whoa, you did. Gotta check them before you put your weight on. There you go. All right, guys. How was that, huh?
Perfect.
I don't know. Well, wherever you guys want to go. All right, it's 112, and we're at 10,300. At least that's what my watch says. So the next stop, pit toilets. I don't need that, but I know a couple guys that are desperately in need of pit toilets, so I'm sure we're gonna have a long, extended break there. So we're getting all ready to go. And there's a trail junction right up here where I think we're at the intersection of the PCT right here. So a lot of folks will just keep going, which we'll be probably hiking down this tomorrow, if not the day after that. So we're doing pretty good. Yeah, it's been a great morning.
I think we go
Whitney, Mount
right,
Whitney,
right?
8.7. This seems like no problem. It's like 9 miles to the summit. Rock Creek, 5.6. Wallace Creek. And the PCT, the PCT North points this way.
Yeah, we're going,
Oh, that's where it cuts off.
we're going over here.
Yeah, we go this way. Okay, so PCT that way. And that's where we're going this way to go to Mount Whitney.
This
Okay.
is
So this is the big intersection.
no, there's another.
There's another one. Did those cut off also? Oh yeah, that cuts off so we can rejoin the trail that way. Yeah, something like that. All right. Whew, that sun's hot.
Yeah,
Man, I'm glad I got my pants on here. I don't have my sunglasses on. I'll do that when we stop.
you need to stop.
All right, so we're coming up to the meadow here too. So this is Whitney Creek right here. Looks pretty nice and calm. It was a raging torrent. Virtually impassable. It's hard to believe, but yeah. Chris is killing it right there. Chad's way in front of him. And I'm holding up the rear here. So now we're coming up into the next meadow right here. Starting to see some crazy peaks in the distance. Meadow looks so nice. That's Chad in front of us. Chris is right behind me. So we're kind of in this little canyon right here. little trail just hugging the side of this thing. I mean, it's really, see, there's Chris right there, so it's definitely getting harder to walk. I think it's not that we're too high right now. I show about 11.4, 11.5. Or, excuse me, 10.4, 10.5. So, I think it's just the afternoon, and it's pretty warm too. So I'm actually gonna do the Craig Classic and Deborah. We're gonna wash off my top and put it back on when it's all wet. And I'll be like a new person then. I think I might do that like right here. Gotta find a good spot. Whew. Oh yeah, that looks good. Super good, right there. Man, I feel better. Got my glasses on. Nice and wet. Temperatures dropped. It's like a whole new day. Well, the things people will do for a pit toilet. Oh yeah, there's the sign, toilet. Crabtree Ranger Station, Lower Rock Creek, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's gonna say, yeah, Mount Whitney to our left. So we crossed the river here, and that's the trail right there. So a lot of people are gonna camp here, but we actually camped kind of up above there, I remember that. And there's the trail to the pit toilet. You can, I don't know if you can see it or not, but they're gonna be a while though. So I'm just gonna sit here, just relax for a little bit. Got the bear vaults right here. Put food in, that's always cool. So I'm just having a little snack break here, waiting for these guys. I washed my head off, which was great. It was super sweaty and gross. So I'm having a little bar here. These Luna bars are actually really tasty. This is Blueberry Bliss. And just check that. Does that look good? God. That is just amazing. Well, how'd it go?
Man, that place is a
Man, you are,
Best detour all the trip.
I'll tell you, awesome.
nothing but smiles coming back.
Good, I'm glad, man. You guys look like
Light in my teeth.
a lot like new men. All right, the decision has been made. We're gonna give Guitar Lake a go. And if we just get too tired along the way, there's other places we can just stop there. So I'm stoked. Assuming the recovery is gonna be good for everybody, because we'll get there a little bit later. My guess is around 4 to 5, but it's only 2.5 miles. So 700-foot gain. So it's totally doable. So it's gonna make tomorrow a lot better, and we could probably hike down the trail a little bit too tomorrow, depending on how we all feel and everything. So stoked. All right, so we are now on the JMT. So we're gonna go this way to the Whitney, and then tomorrow when we come down, maybe hopefully tomorrow, then we will just keep going. We'll just keep going down this way. So, and then we're headed for Forester Pass. So we are cruising. So we're basically we're on the road to Mount Whitney right now. What we're doing is just making tomorrow easier from a hike up perspective, assuming our bodies aren't hurt by the extra mileage here and we don't have time to recover. So it's kind of a, what's optimal, I don't know, really depends how we all feel, but everybody was okay with giving Guitar Lake a shot, which will make going up to the top of Whitney, it should make it better. I think we're gonna do great. So anyway, enough of that. We are headed to Mount Whitney. Oh, we're definitely, it's getting dry up here. Definitely going up. Camp spots like all over here. Trail was down here. So looks like we come up to a little flat area right here. These are some of my favorite camp spots. You're like, right next to the trail, you know. Oh, there's a spot like right down there too. That's cool. All right, that's gonna be pretty cool. Getting on top of the world. So there'll be nothing taller than we are tomorrow. Think about that. That's a little mind bender. Yeah, there are fish in this stream here. I'm pretty sure there's no way you're able to see that with the camera. I've seen 3 of them so far. Now I can see 2 of them right now. Just on the other side of the log there. Probably a bunch of them. So we're kind of up in another valley right now. And we got to get up over this ridge. At least one of them here, and the Guitar Lake is going to be right up there. All right, so we have about 0.2, we think. So we talked to, I think probably a French gal. She's probably the wife of that guy we passed earlier. And she says like a zoo at Guitar Lake. So not only will it be a zoo tonight, probably zoo in early in the morning for people that want to do the sunrise, and then another zoo when everybody else takes off. Doesn't sound like a lot of joy in that. And they'll be lighting up our tents with their headlamps too if it's dark. So I think we're gonna get a campsite before we get to Guitar Lake.
There.
Yeah. All right, this is our campsite. This is where mosquitoes grow in the snow season right here,
I don't
man.
think I've seen a mosquito the entire time.
Oh, I have.
Have you?
Yeah, one landed on me when we were doing. Oh, at Rock Creek, there were a couple there. Yeah, but they love me this year. I don't know what I'm taking. I've been taking vitamin C. You know, I don't know. My body is just putting off scents that they just love or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so that's where our tents are all going to be. So we're going to hike. We got to hike almost a quarter mile to get water, though. So that's the only down thing about this site. But we got a great view. I think we could probably take our dinner and like eat up there.
How far out?
That would be cool.
At least make sure you get a video of Chad making fun of it too.
Yeah. So do you hear that sound? That's the kind of sound that makes somebody have to turn in their ultralight certificate. Got to carry a battery and the pump. But man, that's a pretty nice pad though. Yeah.
I'm thinking I got to turn this thing around and go the other way.
You might. You know the only way to test that out is you got to lay in it. That's the only, and you just see how your head feels. That's what I ended up doing.
I think there's a level app on my phone. I might have to use that.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. That's a little sun dry right there in the top of my tent, just to kill any germs that may be there. Oh, well, that's the video. Okay, Chris is getting water right here. I was gonna try and take a picture. Oh yeah, and we got the nice lake. This is like a no-name lake. Heading up to Guitar. It's got a lake or a name?
I think it's Timberline Lake.
Oh, Timberline Lake. Oh, well, it makes sense, doesn't it?
I think so. I think that's what it's called. Something that starts with a T.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Timberline Lake. Look at Chris. So Guitar Lake is up over that ridge.
What's that?
Guitar Lake is like up there. I'm 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. So we just got our water. There's the stream down there. But man, we got a view of just some mountains, and we're not gonna hike into those. We're gonna go far to the right. We're gonna, once we get out of this little area here, we're gonna make a hard right. But those are super amazing, man. I wonder if I can get closer up. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah. Those look pretty gnarly. Hope even with the sun straight on them. All right, so we're camped just a little bit below this. See the guys going down there. All right, so good evening. This is day 2. The summary. Sporting your outfit there, that's very impressive. Although, like what am I talking about? You know, God, it looks like did I get a lot of sun? I'm not sweaty or anything. Anyways, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So, all right. So highlights for okay. We did 16 miles, which is incredible for day 2, really.
Yeah, we did pretty good today. It was definitely challenging.
Yeah, we had that uphill after Rock Creek that was
brutal.
I was not expecting. That was like how long was that? It was like 1,000 feet or something. Do you remember?
We went from
It was like 9.2. You said to
90
I wrote it down.
9,500 to
was it back up to?
back up.
Well, up to okay, yeah. So we started at 11, right? We were Rock Creek was 9 something.
9,500, I think. Okay. And then so back up to 10.5.
Okay.
But quickly back up to 10.5.
Yeah.
But then we were back. I mean, we were over 10,000 where that sign was that said, no fires past here.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I remember the fire sign. I'm thinking. I checked my watch in because are they supposed to do that at 10,000? I thought there was some elevation where they're supposed to do that, but I don't know if that's a reliable elevation source though. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're back up to 11 now,
so we're
right?
now just slightly over 11, I think.
Yeah. So that was pretty amazing. Here, there we go. That's better. Yeah. All right. So we did have a couple strange things today, or unique things that happened. But I commented on the video, but you guys actually mentioned it too. We had there was Pete. No, oh yeah, there's Pete, and then I don't want to say the crazy guy, but let's start with him.
The guy with the enormous Kelty, super expedition pack.
Yeah, like
the pack
PVC
alone
pipe.
Probably had to weigh 15 pounds.
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah, he had the hair straight up here. I really admire. I like his haircut though. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he didn't care.
No, I don't think he cared about anything. So yeah, he was. So I don't know if I said this, but he's told us that he was stuck in the desert part of the PCT twice out of water, and he had to hike it at night just to get to water.
51 miles.
51. I mean, what? But
51 miles, no water in the desert. I'm not so sure I'll buy that, but that's what he said.
Yeah, we've had another guy too that said that was when we hit Tower. Oh no, wait, no, was that at Tower Rim? Yeah, because we were up part of the PCT, and he told us, he says, "Oh yeah, man, I got stuck in the desert. We were like digging in the sand for water," and I believe the guy. And then we're talking about that guy's. There's no way. I mean, if you have to dig for water.
He was probably using one of those Indian tricks where you have the forked stick and you have to go around and see.
There you go, the
points down to water.
But that's
probably what he was telling.
Yeah, that was a guy. He carried not a hammock, but like a portable a cot. And he would just lay down when he's going to go to bed, and just boom, he's out. And you could lay it on anything, right? Because there's rock, because you're above the ground.
Crazy.
Yeah, the guy. I don't know why I remember that. Anyway, so Pete, he said it sounded like he was in like immaculate physical shape when he started, but clearly he's not taking care of his body, because I think that's probably part of it, and he's got that just ridiculous backpack, right?
Oh God,
all that stuff.
I've never seen one like that before.
Oh, yeah. I looked at that, I'm like. Because it was like
he was proud.
It was like wait. It was like okay. It would have been like this, right?
Yeah, it was taller than me.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So I didn't laugh, but I looked at it really close. I'm like, and I told him, I said, like, what kind of pack is that? And he gave an answer, but I don't know what it was. Maybe he read about it.
He said Kelty.
He said, yeah, Kelty didn't make a pack like that, did he?
I mean, that's just what he said. He said it's a Kelty expedition.
Maybe that was the Not the frame, because I swear I saw the blue stuff on the PVC. You know that it was lathered around and stuff. Okay. Anyways, you know, I love to, you know, if you know me, I actually love talking to guys that are just like on the edge like that, because a lot of times they're the most honest people you're ever going to run into. And he was pretty honest, I think. I don't know about 50
He might have
miles.
been embellishing
yeah,
a
he
few
might have
things
been
here or there.
embellishing kind of thing. But anyway, so that was kind of interesting. But I was ready to go.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that other couple was starting to catch up. I'm like, I want to go. So I tried to get out of it quick anyways.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, who was that? Was that Pete?
Pete
Oh,
was
yeah.
Alan's friend,
Yeah.
and he didn't really seem too
Chad's
concerned
laughing.
about Alan.
I know. You know, I didn't think of that there.
Because
But,
what did he say? That's just kind of what Alan does,
yeah.
or something like that.
And so I was thinking, you know, I didn't want to like have a scene or something, but I was thinking, if you knew that, like, why did you hike in front of him then? You know, and just leave him there? Yeah. What kind of friend is that? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, he was like, I was almost ready to push the SOS button.
I know. I'm like, why don't you just go
What?
back and get him, bring some water or something? I don't know. So, but what was really weird though is when we told him about, we gave him some water. I told him, I said, you gave him water in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you. That's what I said. I saw Chris give him water, and he was, it didn't even faze him. It was like nothing. Like, gosh, thanks for saving my friend's life. It was like nothing. It didn't even register. I couldn't. That was crazy, man. So yeah, that was kind of a bummer. It's really rare to meet somebody on the trail like that.
Yeah, it is.
Most people are super courteous. If they see somebody that's like needs help, you know, they'll help them
Yeah.
as best you can.
So Alan's going to go back, and he's going to be like, the trail always provides.
That's right. Exactly.
You hear that saying all the
I
time.
know it does. You pack your fears, and the trail always provides.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's why we all have Dyneema tents, because I can't handle the getting wet at night. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So those are two things. What was something else?
We ran into the privy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had
that
like
was-
a 20-minute
was-
break where they went right into the privy.
That was Chad's highlight.
Yeah, yeah. That worked out pretty good for you guys.
I extended your break because I took my time.
Yeah, but you know, it was actually really nice because that's when I was just relaxed because I was cool out because I dipped my hoodie in the water. I was just kind of relaxing. There was people around and stuff. And so it was totally fine. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, that was great. That was a great stop.
yeah. So you guys gonna stop on the way back then? I guess it depends how you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seriously considering it, but I mean, it's right there, so
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, anyway, we don't want to give the details. Yeah, I hope I don't. I hope I don't need to do that at the privy tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully things take care of themselves before that.
So what did we do today? 16 miles, you said?
Yes. Oh, 60 miles. We didn't do I didn't give the steps and stuff. All right. So Chris, what do you have? What are your stats? I'm trying to shake the phone here.
3,800
Woo!
calories.
3,800 calories?
3,800 calories.
Wow.
And let me scroll through here. 25,718 steps.
Nice. I had 26,562 steps.
Oh yeah,
So
that's good.
I thought we're pretty close. I had only 2,700 steps or calories, 2,700. Yeah, you got a lot more.
Must have been the trekking poles.
No, the trekking poles affects the steps, not the calories. So you had how many? You had 3,000 something?
3,807.
Wow. That's actually quite a difference. Huh. I wonder if my lower heart rate. Do you have how's your heart rate? You know what your resting heart rate is?
It's usually in the 50s.
Okay, mine's like 46 or something.
Yeah.
I think that's why I get so cold.
But every time I was checked going up those hills, it was in the 140s for sure.
Oh, but I hardly ever hit that. I might throw that uphill part because that was going fast. I was going.
But once
hard.
I stopped for like, a minute, then it settles
Just
back
goes
down
down.
to
That's good.
120,
Yeah.
110,
Wow.
something like that.
Yeah, that's different. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Because when your heart rate gets up high, I think you get calories going and stuff. Anyways, so Chad, what are your do you know what your calories are?
I don't have all those stats.
He's in there.
Actually, I saw that I could see them, but then I don't know how to get back to them.
Yeah.
So I gotta study up on that. I also held the team with the video tonight. because I crawled into my tent before.
Well, it's okay. We're pointing to the tent right now, and we can hear you.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah, the sun's shining on it, so we can kind of see a silhouette of your head. So.
Oh, I didn't do that. I could probably do that. I can get some creepy head through the tent. Anyway, so what are your calories? Can you see that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, it's probably somewhere in the middle of ours.
That's
Right?
got to be, yeah, probably the average of the two.
Yeah, so around 3. If you hit 3,000, that's a good day.
Yeah.
It is. So, anyways, my arm's getting tired. Okay, anything else?
That's all I got.
That's all I got. That's all I have too.
5:30, wake up on the trail by 6. Going
that's
up
the
to
goal.
Whitney tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I didn't say this. Supposedly, we met this gal. That's probably the wife of the
French
guy, because she had an accent. And what? So what? Well, actually, you tell the story. You met her.
Well, she was walking back down and said, "Are you coming back from Whitney?" She said, "Yeah." And so, you know, we're headed up to Guitar Lake. She said, "Oh, it's a madhouse up there."
Ah,
She's like, "There's so many people up there."
which is so weird, so quiet here, you know, on the trail. And
That helped with our decision to stop short of Guitar Lake.
I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, and so then I was, you know, Craig, I'm thinking, okay, so not only is it gonna be a nightmare, we got to deal with peeing and pooping, not just us, but everybody else.
Completely out in
That's
the
gonna
open,
be
too.
weird. Yeah. There's no trees there,
No
right?
trees.
It's fully exposed. There are some boulders, but you know those boulders are gonna be really messed up. And then when people leave early in the morning, they're gonna have their headlamps on. So they're going to be flashing all the tents. So that's going to wake us up.
Yeah, you got the sunrise folks. That
Yeah,
are getting
yeah.
up at like
And-
2 in the morning.
Yeah, and then the other people are going to get up, you know, like early because they just want to get going. And so then there'll be a whole nother group, right? And then we don't want to be a part of it. I mean, it will be like hiking in a big bubble of people.
Uh-huh.
And then it'll get really awkward, you know,
Yeah, the
trying
guy
to pass or let
yesterday-
them pass. It's going to be weird.
One guy yesterday said that there was like over 30 people
Yeah,
up
at
on
the top,
top.
on top. Yeah, I would see that. So we should not be in the bubble then. We should be, you know, there'll be space around us. Now on the way back down then, so we'll be passing. We'll be crossing each other. So and there's room for that. So, anyways.
I would think on the way back down, we're not going to pass too many people going up at that time.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
We'll be coming back down like what,
yeah.
10, 11, 12, something like that.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I really hope so.
Hope we're back by then.
Yeah, but now there's people Crabtree property that are going to go up, so they'll be behind us then.
Right.
So we'll see some of them though. Oh, anyway, all right. So that's the idea or the plan for tomorrow. So right, Chad.
That's it.
All right, all right. That's it for day 2. Sleep tight from the. Do we have a name for ourselves yet?
The amigos.
The 3 amigos.
No, the sea amigos.
Oh, the sea. Oh, I like the tricky part to that. Okay, the sea amigos. All right. Good night. Good night video. Yeah, I just noticed these trees.